Hi everyone, it's me, Dee of Brooklyn Dreadlocks, located at 652 Rogers Avenue, and I want to talk to you guys today about permanent lock extensions. So, I hand make permanent lock extensions. This is some of my honey blonde, you know, and this is 10 inches, and let's say it's a little bit bigger than pencil size. And this one here is 24 inches, and it's the same size, a little bit bigger than pencil. So you guys can rock lock extensions in any length you want, right? Some people are more modest. They want to start with a shorter size. Some of you already have like long hair, so all I would have to do is just lock your hair and add lock extensions to the end. These are a smaller size that I also install. This is the extra small size. I know it kind of looks big in the video, but it's pretty small. This size is a little smaller. Let's say this is extra small. And these are about 10 inches. The last one I just showed you, this is about 12 inches. So, a lot of you are opposed to lock extensions. You feel it's not part of a real journey. It's not authentic. There's no spiritual connection to the hair. But that is not true. I'm going to dispel those rumors or ideas or whatever have you. Pretty much, lock extensions are added to the end of your hair. And your hair is going to grow and lock as it normally would. You treat it just like you would treat locks in general. And then when you're tired of them or you feel like your natural hair has grown to a reasonable length, you chop them off, right? So you treat these just as you would treat your natural hair. You wash at least twice a week. Sorry, you wash at least once every 2 weeks or once a week. And you don't add any oils to it. If you guys saw my previous videos, I did mention that oils are bad for your hair because when microbes such as bacteria and mold starts to grow in the hair, it will only eat the oils. And when it's done eating the oils, it excretes, just like we do when we eat. We use the toilet. And the excretion breaks down the keratin structures of the hair. And then the fungus also turns around and eats the hair. When it's had its fill of the hair, it will eat your skin on your scalp. Your scalp will now start to break down. It will get down to the follicular level and it will eat your follicles and your hair will start to fall out. Some of the hair loss is permanent and sometimes it can be reversed. Locks have places where, bacteria can hide, mold can hide, and it's able to eat your hair inside out, work its way up to the roots. So, permanent locks extensions of any size is to always be treated just like your natural hair. Now, I'm preparing for my clients that I have once New York City salons are able to open up. I hope all of you have been holding up well during this quarantine, and hopefully I can meet some of you and give you some lock extensions. I'm going to demonstrate really quick how I make them. So it's handmade. Some people assume I use a machine. Some people think I just order them. Nope, I sit there every day and I binge watch a movie or something or a series. And I sit there and I literally make the lock extensions by hand, just like this. This is how I make them, guys. Now, lock extensions are expensive, and you'll see why, because you're going to see how long it's going to take me to make just this one. And a full head at this size usually takes about 120. Let's say between 110 and 120. If you have a really, really small head, 100. But this is just number one. So watch how long this takes. Still making it. So in other words, it takes several days to complete an order. And this is 100% human hair. It's unprocessed with any permanent dyes. So you can lift the color, but it's not advisable to lift the color until at least 6 months. 6 months because the hair has to cure and mature. So I'm sure you guys hear a lot of people talk about matured locks versus immature locks. When a lock is mature, it's because at a microscopic level, each cuticle of each strand that the lock is composed of has already opened and they latch onto one another. Or if you don't want to say open, each cuticle has lifted and latched onto one another. So maturity phases take longer for certain people, and it's shorter. If your hair has high porosity, your locks will mature faster. If your hair is not that porous, your locks will mature slower. Either way, it'll always result in a beautiful lock as long as you're taking care of your locks and you're practicing a healthy regimen. Locks should never be kept dirty for 2 or 3 months. That's how it will break down. They'll start snapping. They'll start thinning. Your roots will start thinning. All right. Almost there. So when I do lock repair, this is how I do lock repair as well. I don't do any of the wrapping. I'm not a fan of the wrapping technique because the wrapping technique locks microbes under the lock, and it will pretty much rot your hair and the locks out and damage your scalp. Same thing. Bacteria and mold or fungus gets trapped underneath the wraps because it's not permeable enough. You're sealing it too tight. This is permeable. Water can pass through and pass through one way and pass out the other way. So let's say you shampoo your hair, you can drench it with water and the shampoo will pass right out. Whereas with wraps, certain particles still get trapped inside, and it doesn't dry well enough either when you want to dry it, and that encourages mold to grow. So let's say you needed a repair. I take tiny bits of hair like this, and let's just pretend this was a weak spot. Well, this is a little skinnier than the rest of it right here. You just take a little piece of hair and I patch it. This is how I do repairs. And soon I'll post some old videos of me actually working on clients so you could see how I install these. And you can see how I do instant locks on Asian, Caucasian, and Hispanic hair. I work with all hair textures. I can lock any hair texture. It could be silky straight. It could be very, very kinky. I have Japanese clients, Korean clients, Chinese clients, Caucasian clients, Jewish clients. Caribbean, African, everybody. And that's why I love what I do. Get to meet people of all creeds and races, ethnicities, and I learn so much from everyone. So boom, there's one lock extension. You see how long it took me to make one. So when you contact me and you tell me it's very, very expensive, hopefully you've seen this video. You see why. And then I need 100 of these to do a person's head. This is approximately, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's say this is about 8 inches or 8.5, like 8.5 inches, 8, 9, 8, between 8 and 9 inches. All right. So if you're interested in lock extensions, feel free to contact me. I'll leave my contact info at the bottom along with my Instagram, where you guys can see pictures of my old clients. And that's that. Enjoy your day, and I'll be back with more videos.